Grand rising, happy sunrise, good day, good day. It is May 31st, people. It's 10:47, and it's Sunday, and it's May 31st, 2026. What a grand day. Happy, happy, full blue moon in Sag. Ooh, we have a flipper. You guys, just break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Yeah, I'm getting chills. Listen, we got the magenta dragon. You just went through a huge energetic shift. Do you feel it? Do you feel like you could do anything right now? Like you've been reborn? Like the sickness you've been feeling, the tiredness, it just, I'm hearing dissipated. It just left. Like that. It's a brand new day. Not everyone's going to feel that way, but those of you that do, isn't it fucking great? Magenta Dragon enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. Thank you. This is perfect. I feel like this is perfect for now. For right now. Oh my gosh. Action needed. Action needed. Frickin' Timu. Awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. Ooh, and there's fire. It's fire. Fire horse. Right? You guys, is this... All I can say is... Let's do the time. War begins. I'm being called to speak about something again. My mind, the Sirena part of me, my mind part of me, right? The human part of me, the ego part of me. Ego meaning the pain body or you know, the human part of us. That's what I mean by ego. Not like, oh my God, I'm all of that. Like, so those of you that have watched me, I'm hearing for a while, and you know what I mean when I say ego. It's just the human. It's the human part of us, right? It's our human mind. The stuff where pain and trauma could be trapped in, you know. Dr. Wayne Dyer said ego is edging God out, which is perfect because God is love, and the ego part of us isn't bad once we learn to understand it and we look at it and we look at those parts of ourselves that we haven't wanted to look at or we couldn't growing up because it was part of our survival, right? But now we've all grown up and we've made the choice, and in that part of us, something has activated in you. Some of us have been activated. There's something that unlocked up. They're showing me like psh, another level going up, like Ready Player One. And that's a movie too. Might have to watch that again. But, you know, you're feeling it. Something has shifted. You've activated something. You've awoken something. Something is awakened you. But what they're wanting me to talk about is one particular part in my life. And this has got to be significant because it has to do with the human body rather than the fuckery that has fucked up the mind, right? We've been growing through all that. Now it's the human. I just want to tell you guys something. I've talked about it before, but in November 2021, I knew I was going down with my back. I could feel my upper body slipping off the bottom part of my body. It was really bad. And I was bedridden, and I went through a bunch of pain. At one point, I was paralyzed, and then God and I had a moment, and I was able to get up off the couch and sit down, and then I was flat on my back, and I went through hell, let me tell you. I haven't had any surgery. I haven't gone to any doctors. I'll tell you this. In 2021, I was sad. I was going through the worst emotional pain and trauma of my whole entire life. I was on drugs. I was drinking. I couldn't eat. That's when all my teeth started going bad. I mean, I was just surrounded by witches, Satan worshipers, fucking bad entities, succubus from what's his name? I mean, just, I was surrounded but none of that matters. None of that matters, but it's part of it. Because I just want you to know something. The body will heal itself. It's a mind game. So me telling you all that, I didn't, and I would do a little bit of exercises and stuff. I didn't do it for very long, but I started to do some exercises, so that helped. I was listening to rife frequencies through my phone, so it's not as effective as if you have the actual thing that gives the oscillating waves and stuff like that. But so I was listening to rife frequencies. I didn't do it long enough, but I just want to tell you that I went from never knowing if I was ever going to be able to get up off my back again. When I say I had to lay flat on my back and put my legs up on the couch on the hardwood floor because I couldn't have a wrinkle in my clothes, felt like I was laying on a log. From a laying down position, head flat on the ground, I couldn't lift my head up like that to take a drink of water. I mean, I still had to get up and crawl and scream and, to go to the bathroom. And it was horrible. But I was determined. I was determined that I would get up again, even though there was periods of time where I just thought I could never do it again. What is your point, Serena? My point is, even though I didn't lay in bed and reconstruct my spine and all that like Dr. Joe Dispenza did, but I believed, and I believe that the body is made, and everything shows us that we get new skin, we can grow new organs, it replenishes. Our bodies replenish. But my back, so bad. I ended up having to move, and I moved stuff. But when I moved into Mike's house, and Mike has left us in January, I moved into his house. Again, drugs. I was still on, off and on. Still sad. I just want to tell you my mentality and how my determination in my mind, regardless. Of course, how much better would you be if you ate healthy and you did everything you're supposed to do? But I'm here to tell you, I would get up when I moved to Mike's house. He had a long front yard, and I would walk barefoot on the grass, back and forth. Sometimes just a few times, then I'd have to go lay down. But I kept getting up. And when you're healing, it hurts. So it's hard to do that. But I made myself get up and walk. And then go lay down, get up and walk. I would say out of 24 hours, probably 23 hours or more, I was laying in bed. But I never looked at it like that. All I ever looked at was, oh my gosh, I'm walking. And then before you know it, I was walking around the fucking block. Now I'm sitting cross-legged. I didn't even realize it, but I remember looking across at Nick, and I'm like, I'm sitting cross-legged. He's like, I know. I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. This is crazy. He's like, it's wild. Don't say crazy, say it's wild. And I'm like, wow. So even though I wasn't, and this isn't to tell you, just fuck off and do, don't take care of your, how much better would I be? How much better will I be with actually taking care of the human with what the human needs? But thank you, Jesus. Yeshua says, man does not live by bread alone. This is important. I'm hearing, but by the air we breathe. But it's by the words that come out of his mouth, by what he says, by Father, right? Why would Jesus speak of Father as if it was a person? If it's the light, what does he know that we don't? There's a lot of things coming up, and a lot of the Sumerian tablets and stuff that, anyway, my journey I just heard self-discovery, but my journey of healing is a true fucking miracle. It's a miracle. It's a fucking miracle. 2021 is the last time I had an MRI. It's a miracle I'm walking, because it's a miracle. And, the world, the government, the world, they don't want to help you. It doesn't matter if you're paying to Social Security since you were young, since you were a teenager. It doesn't matter, that you worked your whole entire life. When you go to get something, when you can't move, when you can't get out of bed, they tell you you can go to work. Fuck these people. So fuck them. If I can't collect disability, which I never really wanted to, maybe that's why I can't. Because I never wanted to. So I have stopped it with my own energy. It just told me, well, Sirena, then you've got to do something for yourself to make yourself be able to have the things you need. Not have the things you need, but to be able to go out and do thank you, God's will, God's work. Get strong to do that. Maybe that's all I'm to do. Sow a seed, teach the children. Might not be except towards the time when it's going to matter the most. Oh, it might not even be. It has to be in this lifetime, because when we go to the next one, it's going to be peace. We're being watched. The watchers. I've talked about this. I've talked about how it's like they look down on us and see everything we do. Do you want to know what's crazy? Is I saw something last night about the Sumerian tablets, and they speak of that. The same as they put it in the Bible about how the waters were separated, and there's waters above us and waters below us and stuff like that. And we have a firmament over us. What's beyond the firmament is the watchers. And perhaps they're watching to see what we do, who can go, who can pass through their portal, because you're the port key. Wow. Pass through this portal, this ascension, or whatever, when our soul leaves the body. Do we go to the light, or do we go, oh man, they're showing me the anyway. It's not like, oh God, we're going to choose that human, we're going to choose that human, but being watched to see where our hearts lie. Are we transparent? There's no more fuckery. It's all about love. We have integrity. If you have integrity and self-respect, you're not going to do all these things. You're not going to go out and hurt people. You're going to automatically want to help. You see somebody, you're going to want to, can I get that? I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but here's an example. I was coming back from a walk yesterday, and a young man was trying to take the trash out, and he was struggling with it. So I walked up real fast and said, here, let me help you. I could have carried the bag myself. I said, I'll get the top, you get the bottom, and we'll carry this together. You know what I mean? And then I threw it in the trash, and he's like, oh, thank you. Of course. Things like that. Taking the shopping cart and putting it away when it's in the middle of the whatever. Picking something up off the ground. Holding a door open for somebody. They call that chivalry, but I call that that's love. You want to assist and help people. That's the only place I wanted to come to, from what Yeshua spoke about, right? You got to get past all the fucking fuckery that's been done to you to get to that place. But I'm here to tell you, if you want a healthy body, it starts in the fucking mind. But if we were to do things in the flesh, like what we put into, not only what we listen to and what we see, what we watch, but what we put into our mouths as well, it can be done. I guess what I'm trying to say is, and this makes me feel uncomfortable, makes Sirena feel uncomfortable, not the soul that I am, but the Sirena part of me, the human that has to live with the words that I say around people. Yeah, that's a thing. Thank you. Is, well, can talk myself right out of it. Maybe we don't have to do these long, drawn out, like a lot of people meditate. I should probably meditate, but I don't. There's no one way to do anything. All right, just spit it out. Regardless where you're at, what you have, or what you're doing, you can heal yourself. It's what our body does. You have scars? Does it not grow back? Do we not get a new layer of, do we not get new skin? Our cells regenerate. Everything in our body regenerates. It's our mind. They're bringing me to this book, You Can Heal Your Life. It's your mind. What are your thoughts? If you wake up every day and all you talk about is fuckery and how everyone fucked you over and life sucks and I just can't, how do you expect your life to be any different? What you speak is important. Why do you think they made our language the way they did? Because they know. Why do you think there's fear mongering? Why do you think they have everybody thinking about shit that doesn't fucking matter at the end of our era and our age, but to keep you distracted? You don't have to follow that narrative. Yes, it's all got to go. We know this. Everybody talks about it. It's in the Bible. It's all coming to an end. But the most important thing is, where are you going? You know, like they say, hell or whatever. I think we're in hell, but we got to get our way out of it, right? We're cast down. What if we're just slaves to do the work that these aliens that came and didn't want to do the work, so they made humans? But remember, they used their blood as well. They made hybrids. We're hybrids of what was here mixed with them in our DNA, the Anunnaki, and we're hybrids. But then where does the soul come in? The light. I don't know. Maybe there's two types of humans walking around. I just heard those that are made and those that are born. But we were made at one point, right? But they're like, no, but it's different in this day and age because they're still doing it. You may call them clones, and we can't tell them apart. Except there will always be a little of a difference. They won't always have it perfect. They'll miss something. But they have to get rid of the old one to make the new one, right? Or do they lock them away? Can they both exist? Or do they take the consciousness? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Again, what does that have to do with my soul? We have to do our part. But I think this whole thing is really about healing thyself. And it doesn't have to be, they're showing me like a cookie cutter way. You can heal yourself in any situation. It doesn't have to be perfect. I love you guys. And I could tell you so many stories of things that I have. This has not yet been my time that I've survived through. And that's to show you that no matter they're giving me like in every situation, you can get better. All just if you want to, and when it's your time. And when it's your time, you're the port key to be able to get through that portal. Your vibration, you have to be at I'm still getting that. You have to be at a certain vibration, a certain frequency. I don't know what this means, to be able to get through a certain portal, right? Your soul. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. Namaste. Peace. Thank you for being here. And happy blue moon.